One Piece, chapter 826. So, this chapter introduces us to Sanji's siblings. And yeah, they actually look exactly like Sanji, except his older sister because she kind of looks hot. Anyways, so Sanji has siblings. We knew that. It was already kind of introduced to us long time ago. But now we actually saw them. And we are first introduced to his younger brother, Yonji. Now, he looks like Sanji, and to be honest with you, I found it really clever that Oda drew his outfit kind of like that of a comic book character. Because we know that Germa 66 was displayed in a comic, it was represented in a comic book as a propaganda material so that people would hate Germa 66 and would love the Marines to get into the Marines. So it is quite funny as well as it is quite smart, to be honest with you, to make them dress up kind of like uh, a comic book character. He has that cape, he has that outfit which has 66 written on it, and has these rocket boots, these giant metal kind of like armor like gloves. So yeah, it's actually quite interesting to see that. Also, just like Sanji, it's not just that his younger brother shares his looks, but he also shares his pervy nature. So yeah, it's really good to know that at least we have certain resemblance that we could link within these siblings, except that this guy is an evil asshole. Now, Brook mentions that Jama 66 was, in fact, an evil empire. Yeah, they were royalty and they pretty much ruled over the entire of North Blue with an iron fist. And they were considered to be as the most evil force which was dominating on the North Blue. Now we have a situation. We have a situation where somehow the poison that Luffy ingested in through the skin of that fish is killing him. You know, for someone who has an immunity for poison, yeah, that does not fit that well. But when they ask for an antidote to Sanji's brother, he pretty much says that, oh, you guys are pirate, why don't you steal it from us? And that pretty much shows how much of an asshole he is. Apparently, good to know that his sister was around because, yeah, I don't think Luffy would have died. Of course, Oda won't do that. It's a fucking shonen manga. The main character is not going to die. So I know that he wouldn't have died, but he certainly would have been out of the game for some time now. So his sister comes up and she kind of pushes him aside, and she shows up on the ship. And of course she kind of also resembles Sanji, except she looks like a chick and not a chick version of Sanji. Except she does has that natural the curl on her eyebrows, and she's kind of hot, and she's kind of a slut, kind of, because you know it's Sanji's family. You can expect some kind of perviness from everyone. It's I guess it's genetic in them. So the thing is that she knows what this poison is, and she is quite well versed with these poisons. Apparently, she can suck in poison. She says that this is one of the most delicious poisons that she really love. And she goes ahead and she kind of smooches slash give him, you know, sucks his poison out. And Brooke's reaction is always funny over this. Like, oh man, I wanted that smooch, but I don't really have lips. So she sucks out all the blood, all the poison out of him, and kind of gave me the Coco vibe over here. And I mean, she has. It's pretty obvious that it's a devil fruit ability, and it would be really interesting to see how her abilities of ingesting poison, taking in poison, would work in a fight, because we all know that they are going to fight regardless of how they are behaving right now, at least with Sanji's sister. By the way, Sanji's sister's name is Raiju. Yeah, I forgot to tell that to you guys. I'm sorry, but her sister's name is Raiju, and she's his elder sister, and she is pretty nice to these guys. She's not an asshole. She actually kind of does helps these people, and she kind of does acts a bit more friendlier than Yonji, and she talks more about how did the family discovered Sanji from the first place. So after she sucks in all the blood, oh yeah, I was talking to you guys about the whole fight thing. I shouldn't leave that point aside before I talk to you about the next things that happened. So what I was saying was that a fight is inevitable. The Straw Hats are going to fight the Windsmoke family, and it is very much sure that not all of these Windsmoke guys have Devil Fruit abilities, but they are going to display their fighting skills, and her powers are going to be in display. And I would love to see how the poison abilities work, because I don't think that Oda is going to straight away take Coco's ability from Toriko. I'm also pretty sure that he also is not going to straight away take Askin's ability from Bleach, which actually would be really cool. I would really like to see that, but still, I'm pretty sure that he would be more creative in a fight like that. So I'm looking forward to that fight. So moving on to the whole conversation about how was Sanji discovered by the Windsmoke family. So remember, you guys might remember that Sanji had this really hideous poster, because they didn't really get a picture of Sanji from first place. And when the wanted posters reached around the world, the Windsmoke family did got that in hand, and they kind of suspected that this would be Sanji, but they weren't really that sure. But they still send search parties, but they always got the wrong guy. Apparently, when the second poster came up, they were pretty sure that this was Sanji, and because of that, they contacted the world government, they raised the bounty, and they also said that we want this guy alive and not dead. This is something that we actually figured out a very long time ago. So this bit of information wasn't really that, you can say, important. It just was a reassurance for the fans that yeah, you guys were smart enough to figure out the whole thing all along. But anyways, so she also emphasizes on this fact that Jama 66 and the Windsmoke family are not a family of assassins. Basically, they are royalty. They just don't have a land. Even though that, they do have a consideration when it comes to the world government and the Holy Land, because they are well respected, and they do call them in their summit that we had witnessed a few chapters ago. So they do have a very strong political uh, stand when it comes to world politics. Also, they are extremely well equipped with incredible technology, and that is one of the reasons why Big Mama or Big Mom, whatever you want to call her, that bitch, she wants to have this marriage done so that she could exploit that technology in her favor. So when Luffy heard all about the whole being sister of Sanji thing, he asked the obvious question. We need Sanji back. He is my friend. It's obvious that they are not going to just give away Sanji. How are they going to give away Sanji? Come on, he is getting married. So they kind of resort to a fight, and even though the fight doesn't really go anywhere because they don't really start fighting, they just kind of say that, okay, let us just forget that we met right now. This isn't the time or the place to, get on one another's throat. Yeah, we will eventually fight, and that's the time when we decide whether we will give Sanji or not. Simple enough. And of course, this does sets up a fight in future chapters. So I am actually looking forward for this fight because we all know how skilled of a fighter Sanji is, but we would really like to know how skilled of a fighter these guys are, because these guys are basically A, royalty, B, these were evil fuckers who ruled over the entirety of North Blue for a long period of time, and they were considered as the most evil fucking force in the entire North Blue. So yeah, I do have some expectations, and also they are family of assassins. To be honest, I also kind of got a hint of Killua over there, seeing the fact that Killua also belongs to a assassin's family, and he also does have an immunity for poison, kind of like kind of like Raiju. So it was quite an interesting resemblance. But anyways, what do you guys think about this chapter? Please share your thoughts in the comment section. Till next time.